Hello everyone, this is Q, and today we will be going over the order of operations. What is the order of operations? Sometimes in mathematics, you will be given a few operations to do within a specific formula, within a specific equation. For example, if you look at these equations, each of them have division, multiplication, addition, and some of them have brackets or parentheses and exponents as well. So it's very important to know what order do you need to do the calculations. Because if you decide to pick random orders, you will get different answers. For instance, if we look at 6 plus 6 divided by 3, it's very important to know what do you need to do first. You will get an answer either way, but one would be correct and the other wouldn't. For example, if you look at the first symbol, that is addition, you would do 6 plus 6, which is 12, divided by 3, which would give you 4. Now, if you look at, if instead of doing the addition first, if you do the division, you would be doing 6 plus 6 divided by 3, 2. This will give you 8. So you do get two different answers, but one of them is correct and the other one is wrong. Now, how do you know which one's correct and which one isn't? You are basically supposed to follow the order of operations. The easy way to remember the order of operations is by remembering these two terms. Both of them mean the same thing. One is PEMDAS or BEDMAS. Essentially what this means is first solve the parentheses or brackets. If an equation has brackets, you always solve what's in the brackets first before you go to the next part. Second is exponents. Exponents have to be solved after you're done your brackets in the order of operations. Third would be either multiplication or division. Or in this case, division or multiplication. So multiplication and division do not have a superiority between them in terms of which operation to choose first. The way you decide between multiplication or division is you look at the equation and you go from left to right, left to right. And after that, you have addition and subtraction, same thing. You go left to right, addition, subtraction, left to right. So this essentially is the order of operations. Parentheses or brackets, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So the easier way to remember this is by the term either PEMDAS or BEDMAS. The important thing is to remember that multiplication does not necessarily come before division. If you have both multiplication and division, you will go from left to right. and the same goes for addition and subtraction. Now let's look at some of the examples to make these concepts easier to understand. The first example, 3 plus 2 times 10. Now in this you have addition and multiplication. So if you look at PEMDAS, multiplication comes before addition. So you would multiply first. So this would become 3 plus 20 equals to 23. Let's look at the other example. Here you have divide, multiply, and brackets or parentheses. Within the parentheses, you have another addition. So here you will first look at parentheses or brackets. So let's solve this. So you would still have 6 divided by 3, and then solve the brackets first. So 2 plus 5. Now you have two options. You could divide first or you could multiply. Now, as we discussed, multiplication and division are part of the same group. So you would basically go from left to right. Left to right. So in this equation, you would go from left to right. So we have division before we have multiplication. So if you do 6 divided by 3, that gives you 2 times 7. Now we are left with 2 multiplied by 7, which is equal to 14. Let's look at the third example. So here you have brackets, multiplication and exponent within the brackets, division and multiplication. So based on the order of operations, you will first look at the parentheses or the brackets. So let's solve what's within the brackets. Now within the brackets, you have exponent and multiplication. So you would go back to your order of operations and you will see that exponents come before multiplication. So you would do the exponent first. So let's start solving. 3 times 2 raised to 2, which gives you 4, bracket close, divided by 4, multiplied by 2. Next, we are still solving the brackets. So 3 times 4, 12, divided by 4, multiplied by 2. Now here we have division and multiplication. So based on PEMDAS or BEDMAS, we would be looking at the order from left to right, as multiplication and division are in the same group. So here we would do division first and then multiplication, as division comes first. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, multiplied by 2, 3 times 2, 6. Well, so that's all. These are the order of operations. So just remember, PEMDAS or BEDMAS and multiplication division are in the same group, addition subtraction are in the same group. If you face with both multiply and divide or addition subtraction, you choose from left to right. So you solve the equations you solve the operation on the left first and then you go to the right. Well, that's all to the order of operations. I hope this video helped you understand this concept. Thank you. Goodbye. Thank you for watching my videos. Please hit subscribe and hit the bell icon to keep following.